Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now I would like to tell you this YouTube channel was created during the course of action of the MBA. Now today we are going to discuss about the HRM. Before moving to that topic, I would like to say you that this HRM, financial management, business management, marketing management, these are not only the subjects, these are the management skills which human using in their daily lives. Without those all skilled, human can't do anything, because whenever you are going to the market or whenever you are going to in a society, then you would realize that these subjects or all these managements are playing an essential role, and which help human to survive in the society. Now we are going to see what is meant by HRM and how it's works. HRM is the you can say HRM is the skill used by the HR managers to build a relationship between the top management, middle management, and the line workers. Because why I'm saying that, because as we all know, the human is the only animal, or you can say all those animal are having emotions, but the humans emotions can means humans relations you can see, or it reflects on their body language, or it reflects on their life. That's why it is very difficult task for the HR management to build a relationship between the top management, middle management, and the line workers. I would like to say that the human resource management will gives a more power, you can say, to the HR managers to motivate people towards the organizational goal. Now we can see what is exactly mean by the human resource management. Yes, human resource management is the practice of recruiting, hiring, developing, and managing an organization employee. HRM is the often refers simply as a human resource. A company or organization HR departments is usually responsible for creating, putting into effects, and the overseas policies governing workers and the relationship of the organization with its employee. The term human resource was first used in early 90s, then more widely in the 1960s, to describe the people who work for the organizations. The next is HRM is the employee management. Yes, of course, HRM is the employee management. You can say HRM is a human management. With an example, with an example, with an example, with an emphasis of those employees as assets of the business. In the context, employees are something sometimes referred to as a human capital. Yes, employees can be referred as a human capitals because the person or the employees who are creating a profit, or who are creating a outputs for any organization, that's why we can term as a human as a capital. As with the other business aspect, the goal is to make effective use of employee, reducing risk and maximizing returns on investment. The modern HR technology term human capital management has been used more frequently compared to the term HRM. The term SCM has a has had a widespread adoptions by the large and the mid-sized companies and other organizations of software to manage many HR functions. Yes, it is a very difficult task for any HR managers to monitor, to observe, to supervise the behavior of the human or their employees. That's why they have adopted such kind of mechanisms to observe, to analyze the behavior of their employees. Now, what is the importance of the human resource management? The human resource management is often human resource management is a more important task because the role of the HRM practices are to manage the people with the within a workplace to achieve the organization's missions and reinforce the culture when done effectively. HR manager can help recruit new professional who who have the necessary skill to further the company goal, as well as aid with the training and development of current employees to meet objective. A company is only as good as the employee, making HRM a crucial part of managing or improving the health of the business. Additionally, HR manager can monitor the state of the job market to help the organization stay competitive. This could include making sure the compensations and the benefits are fair. Events are planned to keep employees from burning out, and job roles are adapted based on the market. Yes, why now we are seeing why HRM is the importance. These are all reason behind why HRMs are important to the management, because by the use of HRM, yeah, HR manager can divert people towards the goal of the organizations, and this can be achieved by only working in a team. Or any individual who has knowledge about anything cannot be diverted to the job which is not related to him. That's why HR managers means this is the role of HR manager, right person for the right task. And these are the all reasons behind the importance of the human resource management. Now, why human resource now how human resource management work? The human resource management works through dedicated HR professionals who are responsible for the day-to-day executions of the HR related function, typically human resource, with the compromise an entire department within each organizations. The HR department across the different organizations can vary in the size, structures, natures, their individual positions. For a smaller organization, it is not uh, uncommon to have a handful or HR journalists who each performs a broad array of HR functions. Large organization may have more specialized within the individual employees dedicated to functions such as recruiting, immigrations and visa handling, talent management, benefits, compensation, and more. Though these HR positions are differentiated and specialized, job function may still overlap within each other. Yes, yes, as we have seen, many organizations are working with multi-talented people. Sometimes a production manager can play a role of HR manager. It's happening in a today's era because so many organizations are trying to hire a people with a versatile personality. So this can be happened in the today's era. Now, one of the best, or you can say the one of the important part of the HR management is the recruitment and the selection process. Yes, this is the most important phase or most important portion of the HRM is the recruitment and the selection, because each element of recruitment and selection has a yeah, has its own contributions to make, helping to find the most suitable candidate for any given post. All we should view the recruitment and the retentions as a essential, and it has the eight steps. These 8 steps are: job vacancy, job analysis, attracting candidates, screening candidates, interviewing candidates, selecting and adopting candidates, introductions and training, employee evaluations. Yes, these are the all steps associated with the recruitment and the selection process. Now come to the first step. This is a job vacancy. It is the most early steps of the recruiting and the selections, because this you can say without this step we cannot understand what is mean by the recruiting, what is meant by the recruitment and the selection. Naturally, the first step in the process when the vacancy arises in any business. Yes, this is we can say this is as we know, this is the first step. In these steps the job vacancies are maybe arises in any business, by which people can apply for the suitable post. We need to we need to give advertisement for such advertisements for any post. The second one is the job analysis. A job analysis is essentially determine what the role does. This then leads to providing information which is used to determine the job size, for the remunerations decision, writing of the job descriptions, minimum qualifications level required, and other information which will inform the recruitment and the selections process. For example, does the job require specialist knowledge that could only be gained through having a degree or the experience, or is the experience is the primary requirement for the role. These aspects and many more are determined through the job analysis process. Yes, of course, this is the step where we need to realize what kind of candidate we are needed for our business purpose or our organizations, and this step will give an a better idea who is fitting to the who is fitting for the vacancies we have been delivered through the advertisement. Now the third step is attracting. Yes, of course, as I said earlier, the purpose of analyzing the vacancy is to have a clear picture in the mind of the job requirements and the type of the person we wish to recruit. Then we must set about the trying to attract the suitable candidates or suitable applicant for these positions. Now there are certain things which are related to the related to the uh, attracting candidates. This is a internal such as a internal recruitment and the external recruitment. The internal recruitment are done within the organizations. If someone is suitable for the better position, then they can be promoted to the they can be promoted, and additional roles are given to them. This is called as a internal recruitment, and it is more cheaper, as we can say that it do not consume lots of time, while you are doing external recruitment. It will consume your time, it will consume your money, it will take so many days, it will so many processes are associated with the external recruitment. But yes, however, internal recruitment will give you a better idea, because we are always having a knowledge about that particular employee, whom to promote, how to promote, and that's why internal recruitment is always better than the external recruitment. But if there is no any candidate for the vacancy which are arises in the business, then we need to move towards the external recruitment, and external recruitment will give us better candidates by which we can fulfill the role or fulfill the mission of the organization. Now the next is the advertising. Yes, it is also the part of the attracting candidate advertising, as a advertising is an expensive source of generating interest in the available position. It is important that the content of the organizations achieve the following objective. The advertisement will be as good as to reach the desired target audience. It can attract the required number of the suitable. Yes, advertise if we are giving an or advertisement, then its motive to attract more and more number for the suitable post. It will give advertisement will give a better idea to the candidates which job vacancies are arises into the markets and how to prepare for these. And by this step only we can get the better candidates for the better candidates for the post which are arises in the business. The next one is screening candidates. Now we can say the screening candidates is the it is a filtration process, we can say, because while any vacancies arises within the business, then there are possibilities. Then if we require 7 candidates or 8 candidates, the chances are there are chances we can receive n number of the applications for those 8 or 7 positions. In that case, it is the biggest task for the recruiting and selecting team to screen the candidates and to obtain the resumes or the obtain the talented candidates from these 100 or 200 applications. And those candidates which are better than the better within these applications are being screened by the selecting and the recruiting team. And it will help us, means it will help the recruiting and it will help the HR manager or the people who are targeting all those candidates. And this step will be helpful while we are doing a screening. Then we will have a better candidates out of them. The next is the interviewing candidates. Just we have if we have gone through a screening candidates, now the next step is interviewing a candidates. Now why it is needed? Yes, we have gone through their resumes, we have gone through their biodatas, we have gone through their experience. Now it is more essential step, we can say, because we have seen their biodatas and CVs. Something is written on their biodatas, but if we never interview them, then we never comes what is the confidence of that candidate and how he can achieve the goal of the organizations. The interview will give a better idea about their candidates, how about their candidates and their body language. And that's why interview is the most essential step. While having an interview, we'll come to know what kind of job can we give him, or what kind of means the by having an interview we will come to know the personality or the body language of the candidates, and which candidate is fitting for the which task, that we can understand by this interviewing candidates. Now is a selecting and appointing a candidate. Now selecting and appointing a candidates, after each interview complete the assessment for the candidates in the question. While the details are fresh in your mind, when we have completed all the interview, compare the assessment from the identifying most suitable candidates. Yes, of course, after having an interview we will come to know which candidate is the best fit to our requirements. And this is the step where we are getting a better idea, or we are having a more idea who has to be selected and why he has to select it. And after this, the selecting and appointing candidates are being done. Now, induction and training, all the process are done, advertisement are done, selections are done, interview are done, everything is done. Now it's a more difficult task to HR managers to introduce people with the goal of the organization, and it can be done with the induction training and the job training. Yeah, why I'm telling you that? Because the people who had applied for the vacancies are came from the different backgrounds, from different traditions, or came from the different working cultures. And to motivate them, to inspire them, or to make them aware about the organizational goal, we need to arrange induction training or the job training for them, by which we can make them aware about the organizational goal, what and about the working style of the organizations. And the last one is the employee evaluations. Yes, of course, why I'm telling you that, why it is the last and a more important step of the recruitment and the selecting process. It is the employee evaluations. Everything is done from first to seventh step. We have seen that it's just a part, of the recruitment and the selections step. But the eighth step, we can say it is a step which is related to the investment. Yes, while we are hiring any candidates, it's a investment of any business. And why any business is doing the investment, they are desiring they are desiring a profit from their investment. When we are doing evaluations, then we will come to know the capacity of the candidates, the capacity of the person, the capacity and the potential of that person, and where to direct that capacity, or where to utilize that capacity, by which we can get a more and more outputs from that candidates. And that's why the evaluation employee evaluation step is a more important, because, and why I'm saying that, by this step only, yeah, by this step only we will come to know that where can we improve the talents of that employee, or where is the improvement is needed, and how we can get rid of the weaknesses of the candidates. And this will gives a better idea, this will gives more idea about the candidates. And by this step we will able to plan the futures training, as well as the futures tasks accordingly. And this is what the recruitment and the selection process says. While means this is a more crucial part of the HRM, and the HRM nothing but recruitment and selection. But it is the recruitment and the selection plays a vital role in the HRM. That's it for the today's sessions. Please write me into comment if anything you wants to know about the HRM, and if you have any doubts regarding selecting and the recruitment process, please write me into the comment. That's it for the today. Thank you.